There's no way he should be alive right now, but like God has a purpose for him. My name is Emilia Nieves, and this is my story. I want to start off with one of my favorite verses that has always stuck to me. The suffering that we endure now is nothing compared to what is waiting for us in heaven. Because every day we always go through like challenges, hard times, and I think it's just a really good like reinsurance. This is just temporary, and just the glory of God is gonna outweigh all of the sufferings that we're going through now. Growing up, I've always been a believer. My mom, she's always has been the one that really like inscripted it in us. She would always take us to church every single day. She would tell us to like pray in the morning before bed. But I would say when I truly noticed like the power of God and like God's works. My dad, he started getting like sick. He's had a stroke, a heart attack, cancer, open heart, and that man should not be alive right now. God has a purpose for him, and through all of that, it's just amazing to see like how my dad has pulled through. There's no way he should be alive right now, but I thank God every day that he is, because as my dad, I love him. I'm so glad that he's here to this day. I would say around like my dad's open heart surgery, I was really stressed at that time, because at that time I had that responsibility all on myself. My older brother Ollie, he was in Fort Collins at the time, so he can only like stay for a week. My grandpa, he came down to visit, and I was the one that had to like help take care of him, help take care of my sister. My dad was in the hospital at that time. I wasn't like in a healthy relationship either, so there was just a lot of like things happening all at once, and my job was just, I wasn't happy at my job there too, because I was not making like good money. It wasn't really what I was looking for. So at that time there was just a lot of things happening all at once that was really overwhelming, and there was times I did feel like I was like alone. But I will say like my faith did help me like go through everything, just having that comfort of God like being there. I felt like his presence was there with me the whole time to help like reassure me, this is only temporary, this is only temporary. That's why I always think of Romans 8:18, this suffering is only temporary right now. I would say from what I learned is God's timing is always perfect no matter what. God will always be there for you no matter what. When you're like stressed, overwhelmed, he always pulls through. Like he pulled through for my dad for all of his surgeries, his sickness, and it's so good to see how often like God always pulls through for you. I think I made that personal connection like is when I felt like I personally was getting really close to him, is when I ended like my relationship. I was not happy, it was unhealthy, and I felt like God was the one that helped me like make that decision. Like it was weighing on my heart for a long time, and I was praying on it, and I heard his voice, and I felt like that was like just me and him like personally like just talking to each other. And since then I felt like I was the one like personally like pursuing him on my own, without like my mom like pushing me or my brothers pushing me. I think he put on my heart that there is something better out there for me, someone that is better out there for me. This women's group is very meaningful to me in many ways, because for most of the group it's a lot of like my family, you know, like my mom, my grandmas, my cousins. It's so good to see how we've all like grown closer to each other as a family, and just knowing each other like outside of that, knowing that my mom isn't just like my mom, she's also like a person outside of my mom, you know. I feel like I have grown closer to a lot of the women in this group. Like I feel really close to like my new sister-in-laws, and I'm really glad to hear like their stories and what they've been through. And I feel like it's just all good connections here. And I'm glad to see like this group like slowly grow. I feel like it's helped me become like a leader in some ways. I will say that being a Christian woman, I feel like there's always that like stereotype that we all think we're perfect. None of us are perfect. A lot of people just think that, oh, you have to be a good person to be a Christian or love God, follow God. Like anybody is accepted. Romans 8:18, any suffering that you endure now is nothing compared to the glory that God has waiting for you.